Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us on this Monday. I'm Aja Goare. In the wake of the Parkland school shooting, Florida lawmakers are scrambling to pass new gun legislation for the first time in more than a decade. The state Senate is expected to vote today on a bill that would allow teachers to be armed and restrict some gun purchases. CBS's Nikki Batiste has more.
How can you trust 18-year-old men and women to go to war but not own a firearm?
Speaking at this pro-gun rally, defiant college student 20-year-old Tiffany Berkeley fought back against a potential Florida law that would force her to wait until she is 21 to buy a gun.
Raising the age would effectively terminate any Second Amendment rights I have in this state.
During a special session, Florida's Senate spent nearly 8 hours amending the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Act.
The only thing that will help the situation is if we ban assault weapons. It's not the weapon, it's the evil from within.
As it stands, the legislation would increase the age to buy a rifle from 18 to 21, ban bump stocks, and require a 3-day waiting period for most gun purchases. The legislation would also start a new Marshall program, permitting teachers and staff to be armed after at least 132 hours of training.
The amendment is adopted.
Following a voice vote, a 2-year ban on AR-15 assault weapons initially passed, but the motion was reconsidered and reversed 20 minutes later in a roll call vote.
17 yeas, 21 nays, Mr. President.
The decision stung for some Florida school shooting survivors like Jackie Corin, who tweeted, "This breaks my heart, but we will not let this ruin our movement."
There have been students from Stoneman Douglas here fighting for gun control. What would you say to them?
You have a right to be angry. I'm angry with you, but we can't have our rights infringed.
Berkeley says she does support giving teachers the option to be armed. If the Senate passes the bill today, it will then be considered by the House. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Tallahassee, Florida.
Student walkouts across the country, including here in Montana, are scheduled for March 14th. Meanwhile, President Trump hosts Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House today. The two leaders are expected to talk about the Iranian nuclear deal and stalled efforts at peace in the Middle East. They will also likely discuss President Trump's decision to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. The meeting comes amid an investigation into Netanyahu's own personal scandal. Police questioned him and his wife separately on Friday over allegedly taking bribes. And President Trump is preparing for a potential trade war after announcing plans to place tariffs on imported steel and aluminum. The Trump administration announced U.S. allies will not be exempt from import tariffs, which could be imposed this week. President Trump tweeted today saying NAFTA has been, quote, a bad deal for the U.S. British Prime Minister Theresa May called the president Sunday to express deep concern about his threat to tax European-made cars. The European Union says it would increase taxes on American-made products if the U.S. moves forward. Republicans are pleading with the president to reconsider. Here in Montana, a shooting on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation is under investigation today. Sheridan County Sheriff's deputies responded to a residence in Reserve on Saturday evening for reports of a shooting. U.S. Border Patrol agents assisted deputies in talking the suspect into surrendering peacefully. The suspect, identified as Jonathan Black Jr., was arrested. The unidentified victim was transported to Sheridan Memorial Hospital. Because the suspect is a tribal member and the shooting occurred on the reservation, the FBI is heading the investigation. The Northern Cheyenne Reservation is battling this latest bout with winter weather. The tribe's Emergency Operations Center is open and donations for relief are being requested. Reservation residents are in need of emergency supplies, including heating, wood, livestock feed like hay, sweet feed minerals, and salt blocks. You can donate hay and wood by contacting the Northern Cheyenne Tribe Disaster and Emergency Services Department at the number on your screen. We turn now to the weather scene with Ed McIntosh. And is this winter weather going to let up anytime soon?
Well, we still got a lot for today, but actually we see a little hope, Asia, as we start getting into the next couple of days. Let's start off in northeastern Montana, where Doppler radar extending over into the Dakotas is still showing some bands of some pretty good snow, but notice a few breaks along the way as well. Right there you see Williston in about the middle of the screen. Here's near Eaglacca. You could almost make out the road and one of the power poles there in the shot. This was just a couple of minutes ago from Montana Department of Transportation. transportation webcams, and not much different near Alzada, where the roadways you could still see the road, but it's hard to see anything else around it. This was on US 2, right around the state line. Once you get into Williston, we saw that little bit of a break, but look how slippery it looks. More on the weather coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Ed. The skier who died at Whitefish Mountain Resort this weekend is now identified. The sheriff's office says 56-year-old Charles Herr of Calgary, Canada, was skiing with a friend when they became separated. The friend reported her missing. Whitefish Mountain Resort Ski Patrol found the body 2 hours later in a tree well inbounds not far from the summit. A woman survived falling into the Clark Fork River in Missoula. Despite cold temperatures, responding crews found her conscious in the water on Sunday.
So the patient was found down there. If you can see, there's a wedge of logs, and she was in that strainer caught. And we were able to get a rope around her, and then we had crews pull her upstream, and then we got underneath her and brought her up the bank, which was the safest, best way, but it was lucky.
Lucky indeed. Missoula Police, emergency responders, and Missoula City Fire conducted the rescue mission. Fortunately, the victim was transferred to St. Pat's after being pulled from the water in good condition. A man spent close to 48 hours on thin ice at the Missouri River over in Great Falls this weekend. The man, known as Ben, refused all help from the public and first responders. He reportedly told rescue crews that he wanted to be left alone, and if they got any closer, that he would run and jump into the open water. First responders let him stay on the ice since he wasn't breaking any laws. Someone started the man a GoFundMe page. That page organizer says Ben moved to Great Falls from Arkansas about 5 months ago. He decided to move on to the ice when he was asked to move his tent off private property. An exciting new medical development coming soon to Uptown Butte. The National Center for Healthcare Informatics will host a news conference today to announce a brand new $35 million medical simulation training facility. That facility is called the Praxis Center for Innovative Learning. The NCHCI says on its website that the facility will be dedicated to the needs of rural healthcare practitioners. Before we get to break, Carroll College has a new president. The Board of Trustees announced this morning Dr. John Setch will lead the college as the 18th president. Setch has served in the Montana University system for the past 16 years, leading City College at MSU Billings and serving Rocky Mountain College before that. Setch will assume the Carroll presidency in June, replacing interim president Reverend Stephen Rowan, who has led the college since last August. Still ahead on the new news, new video emerges of the ambush in Niger that left 4 soldiers dead. Details about the new scrutiny next. But first, Ed has our weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Aja Goare, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and farm and ranch news from the Northern Egg Network. This is the new